What are the responsibilities as parents towards children? Is doing enough for siblings enough to give them the tools that is going to arm them during their life to help them cope in given situations that are going to arise out of them just being human beings? Relationships with friends, intimate relationships, goals, hopes, aspirations, and more. All humans seek more in their life, other than what they were when they were young. We all develop, and our thoughts and desires and wants, that they change as life goes on. Um, so arming your siblings with armour to cope is probably the biggest favour you can give offsprings. Given humans the ability to manage their emotions, irregardless of what they're going through, or what they need to manage to cope with to achieve. And the other positive aspect to giving your loved ones the accurate tools to cope is that they're gonna pass that down to their bloodline, and so on and so on. When I was a child, I could do no wrong, even though I was an arsehole. My behaviour was completely unacceptable. Um, but in my parents' eyes, it was okay. So I didn't think what I was doing was against anyone in the world or society. I just thought what I was doing, that most people do that kind of stuff because that's the way I was brought up, as far as observing accountability within the framework of the structure of the family unit. So that was just normal to me. Um, but what wasn't normal is that I was going into the big wide world away from that family unit, and I was behaving the same manner as how I was conditioned within that structure in the family. So this is where I was a little bit confused. The family life was all a-okay, but I struggled in society, and I understand why there is a need for accountability and laws in society, because if society doesn't catch parents that don't want to make their siblings accountable for the way they behave and the way they act, um, the law is there for that purpose, or a part of that purpose, to get the human who's behaving unacceptable, to hopefully make the person who hasn't been taught accountability, make them aware that they are old enough now to take accountability, because this is going to be the consequence of your actions. And that is that is the reality of being parented by parents that do not make the children aware that police, they're just doing their job. They're needed in society. Laws are needed uh, in society. You have a place and a responsibility as a human. This is the siblings in society to be accountable. The law suggests that. So the only difference, you want to exclude that in your own family environment, is by not behaving accordingly, showing the children that it's okay to disagree on matters, listening to the siblings, putting consequences within that family home in respect to their behaviour. Now, I get this also, where you'll have parents saying, it's just easier if, we tell a little white lie, and it's easier, what they don't know, what won't hurt them. Don't tell the kids that. Kids are seen and not heard. Um, Lying's okay within the family. It's either justified or it's accepted, and there's nothing. There's no accountability in it, as far as children going into the big wide world, and for parents that haven't taught these souls the advantages, um, and excuse me, I just need a bit of H2O. I'll just have a swig. Yeah, when these souls go into the community, they're not going to take the same position from an emotional point of view and from a loving point of view. They're going to deal with behaviour how it should be dealt with. There is certain things that you can work with better than other things within people, and I've learned that over a long period in my life. Um, so when these souls who haven't had the privilege of discipline within the family environment, when they come out into the world, and this is most people, um, it's all live and learn. So hopefully you want to give your siblings the best chance. Where these relationships, through my observation, where they break down, is that parents don't act all the time the way they should act for the good of the siblings. Um, and listen, it's a hard job, parenting. It's not an easy job. It's tough. You've got a lot on the line. Like 99.9% of parents love their kids and they just want the best for their kids. But it's a really hard job trying to balance not falling out of favour and holding on to love and maintaining the relationship with your children and your loved ones, supporting your loved ones and caring for your loved ones and being there for your loved ones. And I think you can still do all that and still have discipline, and and discipline also within the unit. You'll do the sibling a great justice if you can stay engaged with the children. And I know that's hard too. Like when a child starts acting without fear of the consequences, or puts the parent into a fearful state of emotions through the behaviour and what they do. It's only normal that any human being wants to protect themselves from that pain. But unfortunately, somebody needs to always step up, and I really don't think that it's the children being parented. I'm a big believer that the parent is responsible for the child, and where does that age expire as far as responsibility with the parent? Well, I think it expires when the parent is happy with the outcome of what the child's doing. Until that happens, the parent hasn't parented adequately for the child. If a child leaves the nest and is running amok, you're probably not going to catch them. They're probably gone until, for God bless, that they come to a crossroad or society makes them accountable and they turn it around. So, yeah, if parents don't want to put in the hard yards and be tough and make make solid lines in the sand for behaviours and accountability in their actions, and also watch the self-talk within the family, um, respect authority, um, respect the law, because it's all going to trickle down onto the kids. So it's very important to be aware of self-talk within the family unit, and how you apply discipline, or you should be applying a lot of discipline with a lot of love, of course. Have a good weekend.